Cassie continued testifying today in the Diddy trial. She spoke about the freak-offs, the injuries that she suffered, and how she felt with Diddy. Let's get into her testimony from this morning. The questioning resumed when Cassie was asked about Diddy going armed to look for Suge Knight. She replied, Sean took guns with him and he told you to ask the escorts if they were cops. She replied, I would begin by saying I was not a cop. Sean told you to do that? Yes. What happened when he fought back? She replied, I did that more earlier in the relationship. It would make him more violent, want to push me harder. The defense objected based on speculation. The judge overruled, and she was asked how would Sean react if he fought back. Her answer, anger. Questioning then focused on the now infamous tape of Diddy assaulting Cassie at the Intercontinental Hotel in the hallway. Prosecutors directed Cassie to look in Sean's hand and asked if he had anything in his hand. She replied, my phone. They said, how did he get it? Cassie replied, well, he took all of my stuff. Where does he end up? Cassie, sitting in a chair in front of the window. And what are you doing? Cassie answered, I'm walking away from him. Cassie was also shown photos and she identified one. That's me, a selfie of me with a fat lip where her lip was bruised or cut. When did you take it? Ventura replied, in the Uber with one of my phones. The prosecutor then showed her a text and said, what did you write here? She said, I said, please stay away from me. What does he say? He says, I'm getting arrested. Was he? I don't think so. What did you write back? Cassie answered, plugging my phone in and going to bed. She continued, did Sean try to come to your apartment? Cassie, yes, he was banging. That was pretty normal from him, but this is a pretty private building. Did you hear from Miss Karam that day? Remember Karam, as I did a video about previously? Did Sean try to come to your apartment? Cassie, yes, he was banging. That was pretty normal from him, but this is a pretty private building. Did you hear from Miss Karam that day? That name again has been mentioned. And if you remember, she worked very closely with Diddy. Cassie replied, yes, and I went to see D-Rock and his wife to try to feel safe. Cassie then goes on to testify about the injuries she has suffered at the hands of Diddy. The prosecutor asked, in this photo, what are you wearing? She replied, a gown and sunglasses. I had a black eye. What if any other bruising was visible? Cassie answered, I had several bruises on my leg, but I changed clothes. What's this? Ventura, me and Sean at the afterpod. Now, this is a picture of Cassie and Diddy together, and this was 2 days after the attack took place in the hallway in the LA hotel. Now, you can see it's been circled here. These are some of the bruises on her leg, and